joining me this morning. I'm straight from classes. So, yes, a busy morning. So you've finished, Alba, but you have a cough. Oh no, have you been sick? Oh, that's sad. We had the flu in our family a few weeks ago. Is it good? Yeah, okay, thanks. Is it good? Okay, it is good. We are online. I'm sorry you have a cough. Welcome everyone to Tuesday Talk About. We are talking about PalFish. Oh, it's a bit shiny. Let's see. No, it's just going to be shiny. PalFish live stream classes. Who gets scared when you hear that word live? You're live. Like live right now. Like I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Live stream classes. You can host your own live stream classes on PalFish. And they can be free, they can be paid. I generally like to do them free because this is a fantastic way to meet new students. So when I first started, I was very nervous about it. So I did start small. You can do different time allotments. If you book 15 minutes, you can talk for less or for more. It's an idea, a general idea. And if you happen to go less than, but it's a free live, that doesn't really matter. If someone was paying for a live, they would expect you to be speaking for the entire time. So then you would definitely want to go at least the amount that you have said on your booking, but you can go over and it keeps recording until you finish. So that is something good to know. Hello everyone on YouTube. If you're watching the replay, give us a thumbs up and a hello and let me know what you are learning today on this video. So we are going to talk about some of the tips that I had about when I first started. I was really nervous, so I started with something simple. I read a book. And if you're on PalFish, you can go into my profile. Hi, thanks Bella, nice to see you there. Thanks for joining us. We have people on YouTube, we have people on Instagram, so thank you for joining us. So I was so nervous. I'm going to look at my notes. Okay, I have my notes on my phone over here. So I was very nervous. Hello. Oh, thank you, dear teacher. I think you joined us last time. Thank you. I was very nervous, so I made it easy. I booked the smallest amount of time, which is 15 minutes, and I read a book. If you're on PalFish, you can go back and have a look at my replay. It's not very good. I think everyone starts very nervous and you learn a little bit more each one that you do. So that would be my advice. Hi Nessie, thanks for joining us. Teacher Ibrahim, did I say it right? I'm doing well, thank you. I am great. I am finished for the day. What about you, Nessie? You've probably been awake for so long. Oh, thank you for the hearts. So it's okay to start with something simple like reading a book, but don't limit yourself to that. I think once you get the hang of it, and if you do your first one, expect it to be a train wreck, and each one after that will get better. That's how I felt about my first one. I didn't have my lighting right. I didn't have my camera correctly situated. Do you start a live class with or without students? Well, that is excellent. Yes. Thank you, Alba. So the live stream class, you can start it as soon as you enter the classroom. It's live. It is recording as soon as you enter. So, yes, you start it whether people are there or not. If you wanted to start off with, hello, nice to meet you, a little introduction. My name is Kristy. I'm from Australia. You could tell a little bit about yourself as a way to ease into maybe more people joining. So when you enter a live stream class, you'll see in the top right hand corner, it will have how many people are attending right at that moment. Oh, sorry, I think my phone is freezing. So PalFish teacher Nessie, your longest day today, 10 classes. It's tough doing 10 classes. Yeah, I've cut back. I do 7. I'm averaging 7 a day, sometimes 8. I'm surprised how many students are booking later classes. So for live stream classes, I would suggest doing them closer to the peak times. If you do them at like 10 p.m. Beijing time, most of the little kids will be in bed, getting ready for bed. They might not be able to watch the class. Or if you have the availability to do a live stream class when it's morning in Beijing time, like on the weekend, you would get more people joining. So when you actually enter your live stream class, on the PalFish app, it pops up like this. It'll have like little voice waves. You can go and have a look. So that shows other people that you're currently live, and they can jump in straight away and have a look at your class. So that's really cool. And what I do when I book my live stream class, I take a screenshot. Once you press save on your, okay, let me go back for a second. I've already done a tutorial on PalFish about lives. If you want me to send you the link to my PalFish live about lives, it was for teachers, let me know and I can send you the link. When you do a teacher only live, it is not visible on your public profile. So someone would have to send you the link for a past live. And if it is for everybody, it stays on your profile. So students can go back later and watch the replay whenever they have availability. I will. Okay, Bethany wants me to send that, so I will send that over to you. The only thing with when you're watching a live on PalFish itself, you can't then look at how to do it while I'm doing it. So I'm thinking about, actually, I did a screen record, and I think I might, if everyone thinks it's a good idea, I will add it to YouTube. Excellent. I will send you that too, Bella. Thank you. So I will add my PalFish live on YouTube, because then you can have a look on one device and be setting it up at the same time on another device, if that would be helpful. So I really had fun doing that. But then another teacher did point out to me, that was great, but we couldn't see what you were doing on the screen. So as a second, what I've done as a second tutorial, it's long. So I actually screen recorded and videoed myself setting up a live so you could see the buttons that I was pressing on the screen. So I'll be uploading that in the next week or so, and have a look for that. If you subscribe on YouTube, you'll get a notification if you hit that bell, and that'll tell you when I upload that, so you can have a look at that. So in the beginning, I was really, really nervous about live stream classes, but I actually really like them now. I really enjoy them. So I think if you look at my profile, I think I've done, is it 20? I think I've done about 20 now. So I know I'm going all over the place with my notes. All right, let me get back to it. So when you set up a live, there are different time slots that you can choose. So you can choose 15, I wrote it down, 15, 30, 45, 60, 90, 120, and 150 and 180. You can talk for 3 hours. If you had like a massive presentation, I don't think I could talk live for 3 hours. Whew. But hi there, Nick. Nice to have you with us. Thank you. All right, so I'm keeping a tab on all of these people that want these links. So send me a message after, just to make sure I don't forget. And if you haven't already, send me a message on PalFish. I think I have most of you already. Nick, if you want to send me Sometimes, your Instagram or your YouTube is a different name to what you are on PalFish. So if you haven't already, send me a hello on PalFish so I can send you the link if you'd like that. If you're watching the replay, then that will be great. So you can have any of those time slots you can choose. When you fill it all in, which you can have a look at my tutorial about that, how to actually put it all in together, it saves it and it pops up with a screen. So you can then use that screen. I take a screenshot and I use it as a picture moment, to add a picture moment. Another tutorial coming on adding moments. I just did one yesterday, so have a look out for that one too. I'm updating all the tutorials for everything that you'll need. I use that screenshot as a picture to add into your moments to let students know. So it's recommended you want at least 3 to 5 days notice. If you can plan ahead, you can, each day you send out a message to say, I've got my live coming up, you're welcome to join, say a little bit about it. You can load pictures into the live stream class so that when you're in the live, you can pop pictures up on the screen just like you would in an official class. And you can write on a whiteboard, or if you have a picture, you can circle something that you're talking about while so your picture would be up in the little corner, and then the picture on the screen you can draw on. So it's really cool. It's very interactive. Or you can just have you talking if you want to do that. You also have chat. You can type in the chat box. Students can type in the chat box. Students can see you. You can't see students, but they can type for you. If they want to send you a picture, you can actually save it or take a screenshot, and then you can add it on the screen in the class. One day I was doing a live, I can't remember what it was. I was talking about sunsets, and a student added in, she sent me a picture of a sunset. And so I added that on the screen and said, thank you. Bella, did you upload pictures when you read your book? The first one, I didn't. And so I said, you can go back and watch my train wreck, my first one. And so it was difficult because you need to do it portrait. So you've only got like a skinny space. So you're like, if you've got a book, so this is like an example of a book. Say you've got, say you have a book and you're like, oh, it's, okay, well this one's sideways right now. This is landscape, but this one over here, this is portrait. So say you've only got this much space and you're like, oh, when you open the book, it's like, where do you put your face? And I was going like this and I didn't know what to do. It was very bad. So you could learn from that and learn from my mistakes. Go and watch my first one. But then, yes, Bella, what I did was another one I actually took a picture of each page and then I put it up on the screen and read it from the page on the screen. That was a lot easier. So that is a tip there. I'll try not to talk for too long today because you know I love to talk, right? What else? Okay, let's look at my notes. So you can choose whatever time you want, and then you can go over. It keeps recording, so that's a good thing to note as well. So the times, all right, where did my notes go? Times, I generally do them for free because nobody knows you yet. And if you put a price tag on it, they don't know you. Why would they pay money to see your class when they don't know you? Lesson is prepared by you. Okay, Alba. So a live stream class is your class. They call it a class, but it's really like a live show. You can show whatever you want. You can talk about whatever you want. So in the end, what I did, I got really creative. Now, I'll be honest, I was bouncing between two companies when I first started with PalFish. So yes, I started out with trials, but then I wasn't really doing much work here on PalFish, using all the platforms, capabilities that they give you. So my classes went down to 0. Plus I didn't have much availability. I wasn't opening many time slots and I wasn't consistent. So when I say I went from zero, I mean I went from zero to fully booked. So what I did was I started doing live stream classes. So even though it's called a class, it's more like a show. And if you go back, you can have a look through mine for ideas. I decided to do a 3-part series because I was going traveling on a road trip. So I did 3 parts. I did because the Chinese culture has a difficulty remembering the verb tenses. So past, present, future. So I thought this will be a great way to do a live. So I did I'm going somewhere. So I was preparing to travel. And then where have you been or where are you now? And then the third one, I decided to invite students to send me pictures. I invited students and teachers to send me pictures, and I added them in advance to the third part of the series, and we talked about where other people have been. So we were using the lesson on the different verb tenses. So yes, the lesson is prepared by you. You can choose to just talk, but for the purposes of a student who's shy and still learning English, some of them you'll see them enter. I always say hello to people when they enter, and it's easier for students to answer you or engage if you give choices. If you have questions like multiple choice or yes no questions or do you like this or that. And yes, so I did prepare slides and put them up in my live stream classes. Yes, it took time. And if you watched last week's video when I talked about free talk classes, and I talked about this is your own business, so you're an independent contractor, you actually have to do some work. So yeah, it took me quite a while to think about it. I wrote out notes, I made up slides, I put pictures and words. So I prepared a lesson. I didn't just talk about nothing. So what they did result in were free talk classes. Students, booked classes with me on free talk, which then again, as I talked about in last week's video, that helped increase my hours. It increased my comments and my ratings, which then resulted in more official classes. So it's all a process. I think if you use all the functions that are available to you, PalFish give you this fantastic platform to use to make yourself known to students. Why wouldn't you want to use all of them? And even now that I'm fully booked, if ever I have a last minute cancellation, what I do is I plan ahead in case I have a last minute cancellation, and I'll choose Teacher Maureen had this great idea. Oh, by the way, Teacher Maureen runs a group on PalFish for lives, for support and things like that. So if you want that link, let me know and I can send that to you. Yes, free talk. Is free talk different than live videos, or are they the same? Okay, great question, Bethany, thank you. So they are different. So within PalFish, and if you look at my YouTube video about is PalFish a scam, I talk about the 4 different ways that you can use PalFish. And one of them, so you have your official classes, free talk classes, that's you and a student. And then these live stream classes are like this, what I'm doing with you now. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm live, you can see me, you can chat, you can send me a picture. That happened in class the other day, something fell out of my cupboard. So they are different. So the live stream class is basically a presentation that the students can type in the chat box with you should they wish to. Yes, Bella, I will send you that link as well. Excellent. Okay, so all of these things help you to get to where you want to be. So even if you're only doing free talk, if you aren't doing official classes and you're just doing the free talk, live stream classes are still available to you. They are free for you. It's a free platform. This is your business. Get to work. Do the work. If you want some help figuring it out, I think if you look in my Instagram post a couple of days ago, I gave the example of sometimes it's really difficult to think outside the box, and sometimes you need someone to give you some ideas to get started, and then you can run with your own ideas. So that's what I want to be for you, give you some ideas. So you can go and have a look at my profile, and get some ideas from there. And send me any questions. I love helping people. All right, let me look at my notes. I don't want to keep you too long because I could talk forever. Thanks, Alba. Thank you, Bella, for being with us, and Bethany, and Alba, and Judy, and there was someone else back there. Thank you, everyone, for being with me here today. So what I did was I planned ahead for a last minute live, and Maureen runs a great group. You can join that. And her idea was 10 pictures. Have 10 pictures, and you could load them into the class or just have them on your device. You can grab from your local drive, your local, what's that word? Your gallery in whatever device. Say you're on an iPad or you're on a phone, whatever is in your device at that time. Ow. You can grab those pictures. So even if you've loaded in pictures you want to talk about and then you're like, oh, I want to talk about something else, and it's in your camera roll, you can grab it. So 10 pictures. I think I did at least one, maybe two with the 10 picture idea. I really liked it. It was just random memories that I had that I thought would be interesting to talk about. One was like the shuttle launch we went to in Florida. We went to the zoo. I had a cool picture of a lion or a tiger. So you can be creative. You don't have to wear an official shirt. You don't have to have a logo behind you. You don't even have to be in the classroom. If you want to walk around your garden, I did that. I walked around the garden. I've done cooking in my friend's kitchen. We did a cooking show together. We both had our cameras pointed at us. It was like a joint live, which sometimes that's difficult to organize to have more than one person. It's mainly really your best way to show teachers what you can be like in a classroom, or just what you're like out of the classroom, because then they might want to come and meet you in your class. I'm going to have to practice. Good. All right. So send me a message with whatever you need after class. Don't leave yet. This is your training. All right. So things that tell a student about you and make you want to be, they want to come and be your friend. That's what they want. They love to learn about people from different cultures. Okay, so we want to have engaging questions that people can answer really easily. Yes, put your screenshot up on your moments every day before, and even like an hour before. Definitely it's best to do those in peak times. Now, once you enter, you want to enter through your home screen. There's a little green camera icon at the bottom, which you'll see in my tutorial that I'll post later. Even though you'll see the booking on your appointments tab, you don't enter from there. It has an enter button. Don't enter from there. Enter from your live button. The other thing is too, the live stream class is on a different booking system to the official classes. So if you book a live stream class at say 7:30 p.m. Beijing time, you need to close 7:30 p.m. Beijing time on your official calendar. You need to close it because you could accidentally end up getting a booking and then you have to cancel. By the way, as soon as one person enrolls in your live stream class, you can't cancel it. There's no way to delete it. So if anything happens and you can't attend, some people have suggested changing the text and the picture to just say, apologies, I can't attend, and say, that you'll reschedule it for another time. So just to let you know, if you're panicking, I can't delete, you can't delete it once one person enrolls. So that's fine. Sometimes things happen. Okay, what else? Okay, even though you can see it on your appointments tab, as soon as you click to go into your live stream, first it'll say, are you ready? I forget now. You'll see it in my tutorial. So you can see yourself, so you can move your camera. Do I want to be over here? Do I want to be over here? You can move your camera and then you press go. You are live. It is recording. Please do not enter that booking any earlier than that time, because as soon as you enter, even if you think you're just practicing, it starts recording. So if you want to practice, when you go into your live stream section in your app, there's actually a practice room. You can go in and you can practice there. Okay, so that's good. So you make your booking, close it on your schedule, advertise to people. You then, when you enter, adjust your camera, get your lighting right, press go. You are on. So don't be turning up with your pajamas and rollers in your hair and your face mask. You're actually live, and so those first couple of minutes could be the make or break to whether people stay or leave. So make it exciting and just be original. And yet you will be nervous for the first few, so that is okay. You'll get more comfortable as you do them. So let's see, let me have another quick look. It's already 10:30. I wanted to make sure I wasn't for too long. Oh, after you finish your live, go and follow all the people that came to your class. I always say hello. The teachers that enter, I say hello and thank you for supporting me. Any students, some students might enter, they may stay, they may leave. You can go in the top right hand corner, and even though you're live on the screen, you can tap the button to see who's currently in there, like by their name. But at the end of the live stream, you can go in and see who attended, and you can click on their profile and you can follow them, you can send them a thank you message, and I found that to be, a really nice personal touch so that they would want to come back later. So if you ever get someone that sends you an inappropriate message in the class, you can just choose to ignore it. Don't need to say anything. You could be like, and just keep talking, and that's fine. So don't limit yourself to just reading a book. Think about what you love to do. What would you be excited about sharing with a student? You have a question. For those who do charge and are successful on lives, what is the range of prices people charge? Also, what types of live classes tend to sell best? So you can actually, thanks Bella, that was an awesome question. You can go into the live, it's called the live hall. So on your app, it's next to, down the bottom of your app, sorry, I'm on both of my devices. At the bottom, you've got where you set up your live, and then the next one over is live hall. You can enter that, and you can see previous lives. It has the most, so you've got the top section will be coming up ones, and then the next section down is previous, and it will list them as, I think it goes by popularity at the top of the list. So you might have to scroll down to find some more. So I have never charged for my lives. Some people might have specialized information. So they've set out a course to share with people. So I think the minimum you can charge is $1 per, like once they enter. And I think once they enter, they can then come back in at any time. But if, what was I going to say? Some people set up like a seminar series and they might have specific information. So I think I've seen ones for $1, $5, $10, and that stays on your profile. Students can purchase that later if they want to. What was I going to say? So you could go on, remember we talked, someone was asking me, I think it was Bella, about IELTS. There's IELTS training, TOEFL training. These are tests that people who are learning English will take. So if you have specialized training for those, you might want to charge for that. And also, thanks for joining us, everyone. I appreciate you coming to stop by and say hi. Lost my thought because I like to say hi. You can, if you see a live that has a price tag on it, you can enter, I think it's for 1 minute. You get a free 1 minute preview you can enter, and then it'll pop up on the screen, you've got to leave or pay. Been looking into that and we'll provide great content. Yes, so you've got lives and free talk. So free talk we talked about last week. Today, Tuesday Talk About is talking about lives. So that is something that's really helpful to meet new students. So you can charge if you have something specific and specialized. That's kind of how I would look at it. Okay, you want to advertise ahead, choose a popular time, peak times, or one time I did a cooking show in my kitchen and one of the students was watching on her way to school and she said, I'll watch the replay later. So that's pretty cool too. And then if you have a student group, I send an invitation to my student group and some of those will watch it later. And then they'll say to me the next class I see them, oh, we saw you. I think one of my highest attended was walking around in my garden and I made chocolate brownies. So I think there was like over 70 people. And then some people watch it later. Okay. So yes, be prepared that if you do a live and nobody is interacting with you, you need to be prepared. Just pretend it's like your mock class where it's just you and the camera. And if someone does interact with you, that is a bonus. So be prepared to do your presentation by yourself, and if people chat back with you, then that's a bonus. A question, do you find that morning or evening times for China are more popular? I would say the evening, but on the weekends, either morning or evening China. So I always talk in Beijing time. So on the weekends, morning or evening. And during the week, I would say evening time, Beijing time. So the peak times for PalFish are 7 to 9, Beijing time 7 days a week, but the weekends is 9 till 9, all day. So I think one time I did a Friday night for me, which was Saturday morning in China, and so that's a good time to do it too. Thanks for those questions, Bella. Do lives have to stay posted? You can you delete it? I have to find out about that. I think you can delete them. I never have, but I think, okay, let me look into that, but I am pretty sure you can delete a live if you weren't happy with it or you wanted to delete it. But you can't delete it once it's posted as like scheduled and you haven't yet completed it. It stays there, but I'm pretty sure you can delete it afterwards if you wanted to. But if you wanted to leave it there, they stay on your profiles. Hi there, thanks for joining us here on Instagram. And we're over here on, where are we over here? This is YouTube and Facebook. You're welcome, Bella. Thank you so much. Well, I hope that's been helpful. That was just a little introduction to live stream classes. And remember, I'll be posting a tutorial. Subscribe on YouTube and hit the bell and you'll get a notification when I post that one. For actually, you'll see on screen all the buttons that I press. Thank you, and that will help you as well. So I hope that was helpful. Any questions you have afterwards, if you think of that, let me know. Thanks very much, Judy, Bethany. Thank you, Bella, and I will sign off for today. Have an awesome day, and thanks for spending time with me. If you watch the replay, send me a wave and let me know what you got out of it. Thank you so much. See you. Bye, Bella. I'm not sure how to say goodbye. I will be signing off here when I can figure out where the button is.